Hey friends, Malika here from Malika Semper Astrology, and we're doing a big shift from Leo season into Virgo season. Let's talk about Virgo, this beautiful archetype that I consider to be the earth angel, much like its opposite sign of Pisces, I consider to be the angel. Now we have Virgo, which is an earth sign, and I do consider her being the very essence or presence of the earth angel here on earth to help people to step in and to be in devoted service and devoted duty. Now, Virgo is the archetype of the Virgin. There's a real resemblance of the asteroid goddess Vesta with Virgo. And if you've taken my asteroid goddess course, you know what I'm talking about with Vesta. There's a purity to Virgo. Let's back up a moment and look at dates. So Virgos are born between August 23rd through September 22nd. That date can shift a day with leap year coming in, usually August 23rd through September 22nd. We have our mutable earth sign here, ruled by Mercury. So because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, Mercury is Virgo's ruling planet, Mercury rules the mind, communication. Mercury is clear and fast and precise, and Virgo takes on that quality. Because they're ruled by Mercury, there's a speediness, there's a quickness to our Virgos, but they do it in a very earthy, grounded, foundational sort of way when they go about their business, their day. Their day-to-day is very important to them. You know, in the chart, the sixth house holds Virgo energy, and the sixth house is all about our day-to-day habits, our day-to-day responsibilities, where we show up in the way of our duty or what we are committed to. And that is all such a strong Virgo presence. They specialize in paying attention to the details, to categorizing something. Give them a mess, and they will bring category to it. They will format it. They will bring structure to it. They love putting things in a particular order, in a particular way. Give them a stack of papers to file. They will be in heaven. There's something to be said for cleanliness and order and easy function throughout the day, right? They're here to find the perfect divine order to something, to things. How do systems work? How can we create a system that helps this particular thing work more easily, right? They are here to create order out of chaos. They are so helpful, and this is the high road of Virgo. They are so helpful, and they want to come in and assist in some way. They don't need, a pure Virgo doesn't need a lot of ego strokes in how they're helping or how they're assisting. In fact, they almost like to be behind the scenes a little bit. So being like assistants. Coming in and, bringing order to your closet or to your workspace, or having insights and ideas on how you can more easily function and have like a smooth flow throughout your day. This is where they thrive. And there's something to be said about being in service and feeling helpful. Then they feel like they are sort of fulfilling their function this lifetime, right? They're here to come to our aid. They know how to show up and help. Very helpful. They're devoted, they're faithful, they're loyal people, they're very genuine people, Virgos. Now, and they're hard workers. And so to remind a Virgo that they don't always have to speed around, that they can take days off, that things don't always have to be in perfect order and perfection. Part of the lesson for Virgo and part of the learning for Virgo, part of the work, the self-work for Virgo, is recognizing that we are all human, that they are human, and humans are messy and humans make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes and to not always get it right, but they strive to get it right. They will be on time to the appointment. They will show up if they said they were going to show up. They are such hard workers. And that can feel very fulfilling for them. It could be part of their what facilitates their well-being, right? Now, let's look at the shadow side of Virgo. Virgo can be quite overly critical. They are the perfectionist, right? And they can have a hard time when things aren't perfect in themselves, but also in others. That criticism can roll over into their relationships or those closest to them. They're very much, they deal with the logic, they deal with the here and now, they deal with the practical. So they're very much in the reality of things, and because they're in the reality of things, there can sometimes be, they can be disheartened, or there can be a pessimism to them as well. There can be a negativity to them because they're seeing things in harsh light and harsh reality, right? They can feel disheartened by just the world around them because there is chaos, because there is such a mess, because there is so much to fix, right? That can be a real downer and be a part of the depressive or the negative attributes that Virgo can carry. They have very high standards of themselves, so a lot of self-criticism, but also high standards of those around them, you know. And in this way, when they're not met, when they're not meeting themselves or others aren't meeting them, that's when they start to get nitpicky. That's when they start to get argumentative. That's when they want to poke and sort of drive the point home of, this is the way you do things. This is the right way to do things. This is the order of how we do things. And that can be hard for the more free-flowing signs that just want to do things spontaneously or do things outside of the box. You know, Virgo is very linear, can be very linear in that way. Now, of course, you have to look at the whole chart, but a pure Virgo archetype can be very linear and very particular in that way. They can struggle with anxiety or nervous disorders, nervous tension, because they're ruled by Mercury, which rules the head, which rules anxiety, you know, the nervous system, insomnia, things like that. And so really doing their grounding practices, because Virgo is an earth sign. Virgo is of the earth, and this is really going to help our Virgos really doing their grounding practices, really allowing this allowance of mistakes to come in, this allowance of non-perfection to come in, and catching themselves when they start speaking negatively to themselves or others, right? That's part of the work. They can also have a hard time receiving because they're here to give and 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 give. They can have a hard time receiving help or having somebody step in and help them in some way, because then there's almost this feeling of, I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not doing it fully. So somebody had to come in and rescue, or somebody had to come in and help. So also part of the work is being able to receive and being able to give others some responsibility or some of the workload. And yeah, just sitting back and receiving, whether it's gifts, whether it's help with work, whether it's how to run the household. Try that, put it into practice, Virgo, and see how helpful that can be for you too. You don't always have to do it all or put it all on your shoulders or be the one who's keeping the whole system running smoothly, right? That can be a lot of pressure for Virgos. So we're feeling this collectively too, everything I just spoke to. Enjoy this Virgo season. You know, this is also the time where a lot of schools are starting right now, and we're getting everything in order. We're sharpening our pencils, we're getting our school supplies together, all very Virgo activities. Okay. So enjoy this Virgo essence that is around us. Hug your fellow Virgo. They need recognition. They deserve those hugs. Say thank you and be grateful to them because they do so much for us. Okay, you guys, enjoy, and I will be back next week.